Welcome back to Shinobi Striker. A new season of DLC begins today with Edo Minato joining the roster, but this character is not arriving alone. He comes with a new ultimate jutsu for heal types if you buy the season pass, and a new map that is now available for free with a whole new teleporting gimmick. The map's been pretty fun so far. It's got a lot of very wide spaces, it's super open. I think the teleporting gimmick is fun as hell, and it completely changes the dynamic of game modes like flag battle, and there's this whole pipe surrounding the stage that, just like I thought, is a bit out of the way, so you're not gonna go into it very often unless there's like a scroll or a base in the pipe that you gotta defend. And every time I got base battle, there was definitely a base inside that pipe, so there you go. The rest of the cast for Season 6 also got announced today in a little teaser. We're getting Ten Tails, Obito, and Kaguya later this year. We don't know what types they will be yet, but I'm gonna guess one of them will be ranged and the other one will be a heal type, as we currently have 14 attack types and 14 defense types, but only 13 range and heal types, so it would make sense. The season pass costs $9.99, which is a bit more expensive than previous season passes, as it brings the price of each character to $3.33 instead of just the $3 flat that it used to be. It's nothing new, it's what characters used to cost back in seasons 1 and 2, but it's a slight increase nonetheless. That said, if we keep up this rate of adding new content like maps, and the season passes come with a bonus jutsu just like this one, I think the price increase isn't too offensive. At the end of the season pass trailer, we also got a little sneak peek at the new DLC type they're adding next month. Between character releases, we'll be able to buy these jutsu separately, and the first one to arrive will be the Hell Stab from the 3rd Raikage. I expect this to drop next month. That's the big news, but you're here for the Minato DLC as well as the new heal type ultimate from season 6, so let's start reviewing some stuff after a quick word from today's sponsor. This video is brought to you by Raycon, who's on a mission to prove you that you shouldn't have to pay an arm and a leg for quality sound and essential smart tech listening features. It's a no BS product. No BS! Thanks to Raycon, you're paying half the price for the same, if not better, quality earbuds. You can get a pair plus a spare, and you still will pay less than you would with some of those other bigger name tech brands out there. And in this economy, Raycon wants you to feel safe about your purchase, so here's what they offer. 1. Buy now and pay later options. 2. 2 years of product protection insurance for just a few bucks. 3. Free domestic shipping or a flat fee on international. And 4. An easy and free return guarantee. To me, what makes these earbuds so great is the incredible noise isolation, the extremely comfortable in-ear fit thanks to the custom gel tips, and the battery life at 8 hours total of playtime. That's why I wear them every night as I fall asleep, because you could have an anime battle outside my house and I would not hear a thing. And if that wasn't enough for you, they have over 50,000 5-star reviews, so if you don't want to take my word for it, you can take everyone else's. If you're ready to get your Raycons, you can get a 15% discount if you use my link buyraycon.com/Globku. You can find the link down below in the description, so it's easier for you to just click it and you don't have to type it out like an insane person. And thank you, Raycon, for sponsoring this video. First up, we got the new heal type ultimate that you get with the season pass. This is the Kurama Taikyoku Rasengan, which has a really awesome animation with your character fist bumping Minato as 2 giant Kyuubi hit the opponent with Rasengan. Not only does this deal damage, it heals you and your team, resets all your ninjutsu cooldowns, which means you can use jutsu, activate the ult, and then use the jutsu again, and it also gives everyone a movement buff, making folks on your team faster. I think the healing and beneficial effects of this ultimate are awesome, and if it was a little bit easier to hit enemies with, maybe I would consider it a good ultimate, but unfortunately, it's kinda hard to hit as opponents can see it coming from a mile away and it's pretty easy to dodge. Of course, you can just run this for its beneficial effects, but it takes way too long to charge if that's what you're looking for. I feel like this is a similar ult in function to the one last battle Naruto brought, because it deals damage and heals your team. The buffs are different for sure, but with the tracking on Naruto's ult being so good, I see very little reason to run this new ultimate, at least while this charge time is that long. But that's the new ultimate jutsu for heal types. Let's get into what you came here for, the Minato DLC. When you buy Minato, you get Kushina's hairstyle. I am a big fan of this. And you also get Minato's Genin outfit, which maybe my character looks a little bit too big to wear. Just in time though, it's a new season, which means making a new Shinobi for me. Say hello to my season 6 character. And that's it as far as cosmetics. Minato does not bring a new substitution, but he does, however, bring a new ninja tool that can be used by any class type, and that is huge. Flying Raijin Kunai Instant. It only has 1 stock and a default cooldown, and what it does is simply teleport you. It teleports as soon as you hit an opponent with it or an obstacle. Or if you just throw it in the air, it will teleport you after a short delay. Now, obviously, the first thing that everyone thought was, this is going to be great for flag battle. And it is, 100%. If you have a good flag carrying loadout with tons of mobility already, this just adds more mobility on top of it. And with the cooldown the way it is, you're probably going to teleport 2 or 3 times on your way to capture this flag. But personally, I also think it's really good for combo extensions, because if you knock someone away, you can use the teleport to get get right next to them again and start the combo from scratch. Not only is this stylish as hell, it might actually create new jutsu combos for when the jutsu you have doesn't stun opponents but instead knocks them away. So for me, that together with the fact that you can equip this on any class type makes this an A rank ninja tool, which is definitely going to influence this character's final ranking. That's right, we have character cards now if you remember. I'm very excited to use them for the first time today. But the main focus of the DLC are as usual the jutsu, so let's get this started. First up, Celestial Air Slice Type 0. Minato throws 7 kunai in an arc, and if any of them hit an opponent, he'll start an area attack on them. This is super easy to use. It activates pretty fast, so if you're close enough, there's nothing the opponent can do. It is impossible to react. At a distance though, I don't really recommend it because the kunai will travel in a straight line. There's no tracking, so it's very easy to miss if the opponent is moving around. But the reason why this jutsu is so good is because the opponent cannot substitute out of it until the very last hit. So if they get caught by the kunai, they are going to take most of the damage. And also, you are invulnerable during this whole animation. Interrupting this attack can be really hard after it gets going. Most ultimates are able to interrupt it, but normal jutsu are usually not a problem. Your teammates though, they can throw a jutsu while the opponent is stunned, but that might also cause the opponent to substitute out of your jutsu. Those are the only things that can ruin it. Outside of that, the jutsu does have a pretty simple weakness though, which is just block it. The animation will still go through, but you won't take any damage. It's also very weak against defensive jutsu, so anything like Water Pillar, Susanoo Armor, Needle Jizo, they are all going to deny the attack. If you have armor, you will take the damage, but you can simply walk out of it, so that also counters it. And Baryon Mode Tails actually completely stops it before it gets going. It knocks you out of it. It feels like the main counter for this jutsu because you actually get punished for using it. But it's a really fantastic jutsu if you're careful with it. It's great for combos, it's good in a variety of situations, but to me it's also not broken because there are plenty of jutsu that can counter it. So I'm gonna make this an A rank jutsu. And speaking of counters, let's talk about the second jutsu he brings. Flying Raijin Guiding Thunder. Minato puts up a barrier that will block any ranged attacks, be it ninja tools or ninjutsu, while at the same time providing everyone inside the barrier with a defense buff and a close range attack power buff. So basically everyone inside the barrier is stronger and doesn't have to be afraid of projectiles. Unless those projectiles are ultimates, you should still fear those. But everything that you could consider a projectile, you can be pretty confident that it will be blocked, like these rockets and any fireballs. Madara's lightning is actually pretty funny. Look at him charging it up. If anyone plants an explosive tag, it also gets deleted. Even clones created from substitutions will not harm you at all. But there are some exceptions that will get through the barrier. For instance, the Rinnegan swap. It's not really considered a projectile, so you can get swapped out of the barrier and attacked afterwards. Amaterasu also works. Maybe because it has no travel time, it just spawns on you, so that will go through the barrier as well. And then there's also good exceptions, like Hazan Strike. You wouldn't think Hazan Strike is a projectile, and the first part will hit you, the unblockable part, but the energy that comes out of the palm will not come out anymore. And that's the bit that disables your subs, so you are completely safe. This counters Hazan Strike, meaning it's gonna be an awesome jutsu. It can also be used in the air, so if you want to have a bigger bubble instead of just half a bubble, you can jump before using it. And I think defense types are gonna use this jutsu a lot, but only in certain situations. I think if the stage is too wide open, like the new stage for instance, it's too easy to avoid the bubble and just fight outside of it. So this jutsu becomes a bit more situational. It's for smaller or more cramped stages, and also when playing game modes like Barrier Battle where you actually have an objective to attack or defend. It's also a jutsu that requires some team communication because otherwise in quick match you might try to protect your team, but if everyone leaves the bubble, it's a waste of a jutsu slot. Because of these downsides, I'm gonna have to rank this at B. I think it can easily be an S rank jutsu in the right situations, but because it's not the most versatile, I have to take some points away from it. And finally, we have Minato's ultimate. I'm not reading that. I'm just not reading it. It's pretty straightforward. There's a big animation, and then your character will throw a flying Raijin kunai. If the kunai connects with your target, you get another animation with some cool teleportation and a big Rasengan. Now, this is mostly a single target ultimate, and it doesn't exactly one-shot, but it deals a lot of damage, so most times you will definitely kill whoever you hit with this. But I think it's a bad ultimate, for two main reasons. One, it takes a really long time to charge, so you either have to run an outfit that improves the charge time, or you might go a full match without even getting it. And two, the animation to activate this ultimate is so long that it actually gives opponents enough time to react and just hide away from you. And if they break line of sight, your kunai is gonna hit a wall, and your ultimate is not going to activate. Or worse, they can just pop a defensive jutsu and make you waste it too. If they don't hide from you, the tracking on the ultimate is really good, so if you are in an open area, it can be hard to avoid, but still, for how long this thing charges, the activation should definitely be faster. I think this is a C rank ultimate. And that's what Minato brings to the table. After scoring the jutsu, the rest of the formula is automatic, and the character ranking is A. Nice, that's what it felt like for me. Perfect. I think ultimately this is a character that will mostly be known for the kunai jutsu as well as the kunai ninja tool. Those are the two main reasons to get it. But the barrier can also be very good in some situations. It's a fantastic DLC to kick off the season. I just wish the ultimate was better. Stay tuned for a gameplay video with some cool loadouts using these jutsu. And don't forget about today's sponsor. Go to buyraycon.com/globku to get that 15% discount on anything you order. And for more Shinobi Striker, check out the DLC tier list so you know which season and which characters will give you the most bang for your buck. Thanks for watching. Boy.